Yes, guys. Good morning. By the way, it is a Sunday. Yeah. This morning I went to church, and I realized that there are people who went to church yesterday, and there are people who went to church on Friday. There are some people who went on Wednesday. I mean, people can go to church at any time. People can go to mosques at any time. People can even go to their shrines at any time, and everyone can go to any worshiping place at any time. So it depends at one, the decision a person takes. If you decide to go to church, the time you want to go to church, you will access the church. If you want to go to the mosque, at the time want to go to the mosque, you will access the mosque. Now, when I talk about worshiping places, I'm talking about a, a person making a choice and deciding to go into that place at that particular time, at that particular day, period. That one looks at the psychological state of the human being, psychologically, how a person feels, spiritually, how a person feels within himself. Where does he feel satisfaction? Is it the church? Is it the mosque? Is it the shrine? Or wherever? So I'm looking at the decisions that we make in life, which makes our inner man, our inner person, feeling satisfied. All that, when you get them and get other parts, other components, and bring them together, we look at good health of a human being. People who have successfully attained good health, they have incorporated many things into that. They have incorporated their homes and families. They have incorporated their workplaces and income. They have incorporated their resting time, many things actually. So when you get them all, you get good health. Now, in good health, if someone has to get a good health, he has to get a genuine good decision making. Decision making is a process because the things you do in making a decision, they enter into each other. They make things like a circle. Here an idea comes. Here you think about the idea. Here you rethink, and also you ask other people to intervene. Then here you also think, if I do this, what will come out? Will it be good or it will be bad? Then here you make a decision. So it becomes more of a circle, and there I say it is a process. Now, this process we do can change at any time. Processes in decision making, they're dynamic. They can change anytime. They can change at any stage. However, at the end of the day, each decision we make has an outcome. The outcome of it can be good or it can be bad. Now, good outcomes can be for us, we who make the decisions. Again, they can be good for those people around us, including our families and friends or the communities. So, good or bad. Now, good can be for us or for others. Now, it can be for today or for tomorrow. My history teacher told me when I was in school, that is many years back, he said, the things you do today affects what will be in future. If you want to be a good person in the future, you have to start today. And if you want to be a bad person in the future, you start it today. So what you do today makes the history of you. In the future, people who refer to you, they refer to you as of that person now you are today. For example, if you're a person who fights in the community, who doesn't take people's advice as if they have a value, who thinks about yourself alone today, in the future, those people who will be there, they will refer you as to what you are today. Those who will need to follow your footsteps, they will know what they are following, good or bad. can never build good health status, not unless if we come out and do the good things today. For example, the most quick thing each of us can now look at is a young child. When a baby is born, in the hospital, they will give this child, here in my country, they will give that child 2 vaccinations. One will be to prevent tuberculosis, and another one is to prevent poliomyelitis. Now, one will be a drop, another one will be an injection. Now, when this person gets this, because the child is just born, his or her immunity is low. So when this child is with low immunity, we are helping the body to create the immunity against those diseases. Because we know in our environment, a person can get polio, a person can get tuberculosis. So we start with preventing it now. So when we do it now, we are creating a history now. We are saying, when Joel had a child, that child was immunized. So in the future, if this child has taken all her shots of vaccines, in the future, when he gets the tuberculosis, he will not have a very bad negative effect of the disease. And this person may actually not even get those diseases, because we have created the history here by preventing the disease. We are preventing, we are strengthening a person's immunity. We are creating the history now of a person to have an ability to fight the tuberculosis, to fight the poliomyelitis in the future. Because we know the organisms that cause the tuberculosis, they are just ever in this environment. We live with those organisms, even they are within us. Now, what happens is when my immunity goes down, the tuberculosis as a disease comes up. If the tuberculosis as the disease comes up, then I have tuberculosis. But if someone took a chance of immunizing me when I was young, then I would not get the tuberculosis. When we talk of tuberculosis, people think these people are talking of the tuberculosis because they know a person with tuberculosis will go. No. Tuberculosis can be in the lungs, can be on the skin, can be on the hair, can be in the bones. Wherever the tuberculosis will be, it will be dangerous. It will be dangerous for your skin, it will be dangerous for your bones, it will be dangerous for your hair, to mention. Because I have seen people who have had tuberculosis of the bones who have become ill and disabled, and they will die with their disability. So we do try by our level best to make sure that we prevent people from getting those bad ailments by giving a vaccine. I have seen people fighting. Why has the government brought the vaccine for COVID? And this vaccine is not well studied. Fine. If it is not well studied, you who studied yours, where is it? Sometimes when we are fighting some of these things, we need to try and do the good things that can replace those things we think they are bad. Because when I get a shot for COVID, I am preventing myself from getting COVID. When I'm getting a shot for tetanus, I'm preventing myself from getting tetanus. Why should I fight the COVID vaccine today when I could not fight the vaccine for tetanus that was given to my daughter, that was given to my sister? I mean, if I was to fight them, where do I base? Where is the science that I have which opposes what is there in place? There are things that we decide to do that harm our health. Like talking about COVID, look, we have had many people who have died of COVID for sure. People have died. And we have had people who have had the COVID and they have recovered. And you have had those ones who have even had the disease, and up to now they are still sick. Now, the decision we take, if I say I don't need the vaccine for, say, for COVID or anything, but when when I'm sick and I have malaria, I'm running to the hospital. Now, we are running to the hospital to get the drugs which are there, or to have treatment on the drugs that the hospitals have. And those drugs, you do not have power over them, because there was a science that was made, the drugs were made, then conclusions were made, they put drugs into saturation to treat malaria. Now, if you are accepting the malaria drugs, where do you get the strength to fight the rest of the drugs, which are also made like the malaria drugs that you take? The wars that we create by ourselves, the decisions we take to fight the right system, make us crippled, make us not move faster. Those who know, many of the things that have put us back, they have been basically basing on the decisions we take. Have you ever known that our health gets crippled when we do not allow the successfully concluded studies which can improve our health, and because we are not pro the research, so we say they are bad things, keep off. Get my point? We are saying they are bad things, keep off, but we have not given ourselves time to look into. Well, sometimes we rush and we say it's a good decision, we take it, but again we end up throwing ourselves into shit. But there are those decisions that we need, which are really good. Now, if I have two people, and each of them is having a house, you know, a house is having the doors, is having the windows, the ventilators. One of the two decides to sleep in the house with the doors open, and another one decides to sleep in the house with the doors locked. Now, if a thief comes to these two, open door, closed door, the thief will quickly think, because both of the members of the house are sleeping, both the left and right, the thief will think, if I go into the house with the open door, I can quickly pick my thing, I walk off, I will not be hurt. But if he plans to go in this locked door, he will have to think to get over the hammer, the axe, and everything to come and cut the door and enter. And by the time he is cutting, the one inside the house says, "Oh, come and help me," and then they'll come and arrest the thief. So the same applies to these things we do to protect our lives, to protect our health. A person who has been immunized does not get the same effects to a given disease that he has been immunized against, like the person who is not immunized. So that is, the one in the open house is the person who is not immunized. The one in a closed house is the one who is immunized. Let us make good decisions. Let us immunize our children. Let us have ourselves immunized. Let us follow the guidelines that the health personnel give us, so that we can have very good health. You and me, we can start today and create a very good history for the future. We can do it now, and the future people will say they did it, and they will follow what we have done. Let us immunize our children. Let us have ourselves immunized. Ladies and gentlemen, Joel is my name. See you guys. Bye.